It has been 10 years since the historic framework agreement was signed between the Government of India and the NSCN-IM on August 3, 2015. Heralded at the time as a breakthrough in the decades-long Naga insurgency, the agreement raised hopes of a final, inclusive peace accord. However, a decade later, optimism has faded and the peace process remains in a state of uneasy limbo. A historic milestone, but incomplete. The framework agreement was the culmination of years of negotiations and was meant to be the foundation for a comprehensive solution. It acknowledged the unique history of the Nagas and recognized the right to self-determination within the Indian Union. PM Narendra Modi and NSCN-IM leader Thingalin Muiwa jointly announced a pact, projecting it as a momentous step toward lasting peace. Yet, despite the initial enthusiasm, the final peace accord is still pending. Several key issues, including the contentious demand for a separate Naga flag and constitution, remain unresolved. Talks have slowed, trust has eroded, and there is growing disillusionment among the Naga public. The fault lies within. One of the major roadblocks in the peace process has been the fractured nature of Naga politics. While NSCN-IM was the original signatory of the framework agreement, other Naga political groups later joined the peace process under the banner of the Naga National Political Groups or NNPGs. However, the absence of unity among these stakeholders has hampered progress toward a common settlement. The rift between the NSCN-IM and the NNPGs over both political vision and territorial aspirations has created confusion and diluted negotiating strength. This internal disunity has allowed the central government to delay the process, citing the need for a solution acceptable to all Naga groups. Delhi's shifting stance. The Government of India, for its part, has maintained that it remains committed to an honorable and inclusive solution. However, the lack of transparency, absence of regular dialogue updates, and prolonged silence from key political actors suggest a lack of urgency. The Modi government's early push for resolution seems to have been replaced by a strategy of managing rather than resolving the issue. Furthermore, the changing political calculus in the northeast region, with elections and competing ethnic demands, appears to have relegated the Naga issues to the back burner. Meanwhile, armed groups continue to operate, extortion persists, and peace remains fragile in best. The best way forward. 10 years on, the framework agreement stands as a symbol of both hope and frustration. Its promise of peace is yet to be fulfilled, and the continued stalemate threatens to unravel the fragile calm in Nagaland. For meaningful progress, several things must happen. Renewed political will. The Government of India must re-engage sincerely and transparently with a clear roadmap and timelines. Naga unity. Naga groups must put aside factional rivalries and prioritize a collective vision for the future. Public involvement. Any final solution must be consultative, inclusive, and sensitive to the diverse voices of the Naga people, including civil society, women, and youth. Interstate dialogue. Given the interstate dimensions of the Naga issue, states like Assam, Manipur, and Arunachal Pradesh must also be part of the broader conversation. The 10th anniversary of the Framework Agreement is a time for introspection and not celebration. A decade has passed with promises unfulfilled and trust diminished. If peace is to be more than a political slogan, all parties must rise above inertia and personal interest to deliver on the aspirations of the Naga people. The time to act is now. Prolonged silence, risk turning hope into despair. And that is a risk India cannot afford to take in the Northeast. News Desk Report and News.